Hey everyone, Sazim here with Quickfire Episode 3. If you're unfamiliar with the concept, the full rules will be in the description below. Before we get started, I want to say I've made a couple rule changes, and there have also been a couple aesthetic changes I hope you guys will enjoy. This episode is all community questions because you guys had some really great topics, so let's do this. First topic I got here is asked by Dark Lord. He wants to know about Battlefield versus Halo. And what I like to say is, Halo and Battlefield are two absolutely amazing games, and you just can't compare them because they're both amazing in their own respect. I love both games equally, I have to say. Well, not equally. I kind of like Halo more, but Battlefield is also awesome. They both have their pros and cons when it comes to multiplayer. But a lot of people are kind of intimidated by Battlefield. They say it doesn't really look like their kind of game. But I like to say don't knock it until you tried it. Just try some Battlefield 3 if you're unfamiliar with it. I guarantee that you won't be disappointed with it. I mean, I think that everyone should try Battlefield at least once. I mean, if you don't like it, hey, at least try it. It's a really awesome multiplayer game. The single player is also something pretty good. Battlefield 3 is going to be awesome. Looking forward to that this October. Next question I got here is by Dolderbomb. He wants to know, do people only like Call of Duty because it's a more casual game? And I would like to say that in a way, yes and no. Call of Duty can be an extremely casual game, and it also can be an extremely skillful game. And that range of spectrum is what I think attracts most people. You can be really good with the skillful, with the pre-shots, the call-outs, all that stuff with the search and destroy, and then again, it can be a really casual game if you're not too much into gaming because you don't really have a lot of health and it's really easy to get kills. Whereas in Halo, you have a lot of shields, it takes a lot of shots, and you have to have a really good aiming and a good shot to get a kill. Whereas in Battlefield, not so much, which is really why it attracts a lot of people because it has that spectrum. Next question I got here is asked by Blade of the Talon. He wants to know what I think of the concussion rifle and should it be weakened. Now, the concussion rifle, I don't think there's a big problem with it, but I do have to admit that occasionally it can get pretty annoying. I mean, it does really block out your screen and it does really push you back. I mean, but it does balance out because it's not on a lot of the maps. It's not on like every map. If it was on every map, I would have to say that it would get a little too much, but it's on a little enough maps and it's not used as often. So I really have to say that no, I don't think it's overpowered. No, I don't think that it needs to be weakened, and I think it's just fine the way it is right now. I certainly enjoy the concussion rifle. It's great for taking out sword people. It's great for just it's just a good all-purpose weapon, I think. Next question I got here is by Mr. Malubi, and he wants to know if I think video games as a whole are becoming too easy. And I would have to say, well, kind of yes and kind of no. I mean, well, you got these games are definitely becoming easier than they were back in the day when you had these platformers that if you died you had to start all the way at the beginning, and that was kind of just ridiculous. But, you know, gamers really became frustrated at that. They really didn't like that, which is why game developers started making games easier, because people didn't want to buy their games because they were so hard. So they think that they did sell better when they made the games easier, so that's why the game developers made them easier. Do I think it's too easy? Not necessarily. I do think there are harder difficulties, which still are pretty easy. But I mean, this is a pretty tough question, I'd have to say. The next question I got here is from Quick Pistol. He wants to know, Falcon or Hornet? Now, the Falcon in Halo Reach is awesome. The Hornet in Halo 3 was also awesome. I have to say, in the custom games, it completely dominated. It was so overpowered in custom games. It was absolutely ridiculous. But in matchmaking, it really wasn't very powerful at all. It was actually kind of lame in matchmaking, I would go to say. So this one, I'm definitely going to have to go with the Falcon. The Falcon is an awesome, it's three people. You have the machine guns on both sides, which are both great machine guns. And then you have that opportunity to get those assists with the driver. So I'd have to say Falcon because it's more powerful, it can hold more people. And this is in matchmaking in mind. In custom games, I would have to say the Hornet. But in matchmaking, I'd have to say the Falcon. Next question I got is the Monster. He wants to know about what I think about boosters, and I really don't like boosters too much. The other day I played with the booster, he had 300,000 kills and 17,000 deaths, and in his bio it said Halo Reach's #1 booster, and I just think that is absolutely pathetic. He had every single commendation to max. I think that is just, it's not even like fun. Why? It's not even fun if you play the game just to get the credits. He wasn't even an inheritor. He was only a noble, which I think is also very sad. So he just boosted in matchmaking, did that awesome KD ratio to get all those kills and commendations. I don't think that's any fun. If you got all the commendations but legit, not boosting, I would have to respect you for that. But if you do it boosting, I would say no respect to you. Next question I got is by Suyan Than. He wants to know, will Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary bring people back to the Halo series? And I have to say, yes and no. New games always bring people back to the series, But in the case of Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary, I'm not sure because it is squeezed in. It's at the end of two monster release dates. It's after Battlefield 3 and it's after Modern Warfare 3. So I don't really think a lot of people are going to pick it up. As many people are going to pick it up as if it didn't come out near those dates. And it is only $40. It's not a full retail release, which will bring a lot more people to buy the game. Right? If it was $60, people wouldn't buy it. But it will bring people back. I think the title update more than anything will bring people back. The additions to multiplayer will definitely. Then the last question I got here is by the emo Steven. He wants to know boy Spartan or girl Spartan. Personally, I prefer play as the boy Spartan, but I do know people who play as the girl Spartan. Some people swear by the girl Spartan, but I would have to say no. I don't. I mean, the people claim that the girl Spartan makes you easier or less likely to be hit by bullets, and I would have to say that that is just total, absolutely nothing. I would have to say that it does help people though, in the fact that it is it makes people think that, and when it makes people think that, the word is escaping my mind. When people think that they play better as a Spartan, girl Spartan, they will play better as a girl Spartan. So I mean, if I call them out on this, maybe it won't work on them anymore. But I have to say no, I play as a boy. And one more topic for you guys. The last one is by Naked Elephant. He wants to know about people who only go for kills in objective game types. Now, what I say about these guys is sometimes it's okay, sometimes it's not okay. And before you say that's a terrible thing to say, let me explain. First of all, if you're just going for kills in a game type like oddball and stuff like and capture the flag, and you're not helping your team out, you're not going for the flag, you're not guarding your teammates who's carrying the oddball, that is an absolutely terrible thing to do. But if you're helping your teammates in King of the Hill games and you're just killing the kills and getting kills, that keeps people in the respawn screen rather than in the hill, and that even though it's not intentional, that helps your teammates out a lot. So that's what I have to say. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not good. I mean, definitely look at the objective before you do what you do. Alright guys, thanks for watching this episode of Quickfire. As usual, be sure to leave your topics for future Quickfires in the description below. Every topic I see in the description below, I will add to my pile of topics. And I definitely love your community questions. They're totally awesome. I definitely want to keep doing them. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to watch episode 1 and 2 over here. And like the video, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.